Hi Cancerians, welcome to Carol's Universe Tarot Readings from the Heart. Thanks ever so much for joining me on your year ahead 2017 yearly overview. I'm doing it in the style of the live spread. For those of you guys who've been following my channel for a while, you'll see that you had two live spreads, quarterly ones, well not quarterly one, half yearly ones last year. Well, I'm doing the whole year now for 2017. Now, the live spread, for those of you who don't know, focuses on 5 areas of your life. You can always order this on my website as well. The 5 areas are your personal situation, your career, your home life, your love life, and the future. Also, we have an advice card. Now, I'm using the Radiant Rider Waite. It doesn't really make much difference. Same as the normal Rider Waite, really, in my opinion, obviously. But it's just that it's on nicer, sort of more glossier paper. So we're using that one for the actual live spread. The other deck that we're using is the Witches Tarot by Ellen Dugan. Love, love, love this particular deck of cards because the illustrations are beautiful. Now, why we're using another deck is we're only using the majors from this deck. And what the majors do is they provide something called the anchor. So for each area in your life spread, an anchor card will show what the overall outcome is of that particular situation. So if you find that the love situation is not that great, it might show something like the star in the outcome from one of the majors, which says, you know what, healing's going to occur. Things are going to look up for you. You're going to get what you want in the end, that type of thing. Okay. We use 7 majors. So we shuffle on the majors, deal out 7 cards, and you've got 5 cards that represent the outcome for 5 of the areas. But then 1 card will also represent what your wishes will be for the year 2017. So what you're wishing, or how you're wishing everything to go, and then the overall outcome card, which is card number 7, which is where everything's heading. Hope that makes sense. The first thing we're going to do then, let's just put this to the side here. Let's just take my pen and put that here. I use that to point. So let's start. Universe Spirit, what's coming in for the zodiac sign of Cancer, Sun, Moon and Rising signs? Cancer, Sun, Moon and Rising signs. Just focusing on those born under the zodiac sign of Cancer, Sun, Moon and Rising signs. Cancer, Sun, Moon and Rising signs. Cancer, Sun, Moon and Rising signs for the year 2017. I'd like you to give me an overview for the 5 areas in Cancerians' lives. What could be coming in? It's just a general reading, please, for those who are born Sun, Moon and Rising under the zodiac sign of Cancer. What's coming in for them in the year 2017 in their personal situation, their careers, their home lives, their love lives, and the future? And also, please, can you give us an advice card for the zodiac sign of Cancer, Sun, Moon and Rising signs? Cancer, Sun, Moon and Rising signs. Cancer, Sun, Moon and Rising signs for the year 2017. Show me. Alright, so we've shuffled the cards. We're going to split the deck into 3 from the left to right and collect it back up. And we're going to start dealing the cards. So we start with the present situation. Now, the top card is, you get the various areas of the life spread in groups of 4. So the top card always represents the general energies. So how you're going to be feeling, people around you, the environment around you, that type of thing. So it's basically the energy that's going to be coming in, that you're going to be experiencing. And then underneath that should be a message in 3 cards, or it should show a situation. So that's your personal situation here. We'll move this along just a little bit there. We're also looking at your career. We're going to look at your home life, which is here. We're going to look at your love life, which is here. Let's try and move this along just a little bit because we need space for the anchors. And we're going to look at your future. So this should sort of be tail end of 2017 also. Or it can come any time, but it's a running theme really, the future card is during 2017. And then the advice card is here. And we're going to shuffle for the anchors now. So, Universe Spirit, show me, what is the overall outcome? Show me the foundation card. So what is going to be the main focus for 2017 for Cancerians? Also, this needs to explain where the overall outcome is coming from in the personal situation. Show me the overall outcome for their careers, for their love lives, for their home lives and for the future card. Also show me what their wishes will be, where they're wishing everything to head in 2017, and also the overall outcome, where everything is heading in 2017 for the zodiac sign of Cancer. Show me. Oops, daisy. All right, we're going to split this deck into 3 as well. We're going to collect this back up. Okay, and we're going to lay down the foundation. So this is the focus, general focus for the year. This card here is where the overall outcome for your career. This card for your love life. This card is your wish for the year. This card here is the overall outcome in terms of future situation. That's right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What am I missing here? Card number 6. Let me just think. So we've got career. We've got personal. Oh, hang on a minute. I do apologise. This one is actually the central theme because that's card number 4. This is your wish here. Card number 5. Number 6 is, and that's in the reverse and it shouldn't be. Number 6 is the overall outcome for your future card. And this is the overall outcome where everything is heading for you in 2017. Okay, so we've got everything laid, and let's start with we always start with the foundation, the focus card first. So this will be your focus for some of you guys for the year. Wow, the Wheel of Fortune is great. So, you know, the Wheel of Fortune Cancerians is about changes. Whenever you get cards like the Wheel of Fortune, Death, Tower, they're all about, I mean, they're about changes that occur in different ways. But, you know, the Wheel of Fortune can be something that we definitely influence, indeed. So, you know, we can push the Wheel of Fortune. It just depends. Sometimes it's based on the way that you think. So if you're thinking positively, that's what encourages the universe to open things up to you. So I feel that there might be things that are opening up to you. But dependent on the way that you think, if you're going through difficulties, finance, love, relationships, that type of thing, it can say that the general focus will be that there will be changes for the better. Also, in terms of the foundation, it can say that there might be a lot of unexpected stuff that comes in as well, Cancerians, because the Wheel of Fortune represents unexpected events that happen. Things that come in out of the blue. So it might be during 2017 that a lot of things are happening just coming in out of the blue, things that you don't expect to happen. Can mean for some of you guys you might have some luck coming in for you. So the Wheel of Fortune, we know, occurs when, especially when it's a lucky break, if you've been going through a little bit of a downturn, but then suddenly things start to look up. So things might be looking up for some of you guys in the year 2017. There might be something to do with travel as well happening with this. Wheel of Fortune can definitely be a worldwide travel card. The Wheel of Fortune is a beautiful card because it really says, you know, all the elements are conspiring to help you. So there should be some universal help that comes in as well, because this is very much a card that says things can be fated, things can be 50-50, but also things are dependent upon what the universe has in store for us. So it can also be that some things are actually out of your hands in the year 2017, Cancerian, and it's really about going with the flow with this particular card. Let's have a look what's going on in your personal situation, Cancerians. What's the general energy showing as? Well, the Ten of Cups is a lovely card to start with because it says that either there might be some completion on certain cycles within your life. You get the Ten of Cups where you're saying goodbye, perhaps to a family home, or you're saying goodbye to a job. But usually when you get the tens, they can represent many things. It can represent that, say, for example, the Ten of Swords can be betrayal, but then it can mean the worst is over. The Ten of Cups is a card that says, you know, you can be having great happiness, especially within the family area, because the Ten of Cups is about great happiness, great laughter, great contentment, great emotional fulfillment within the family. So some of you might be focused on that, but also, as I've said with the tens, they do represent endings and completion. And when you get the Ten of Cups, often this means a happy stage is coming to a close and you're ready to move on to something new. It means a cycle or a period in your life is ending. So this can also mean maybe for some of you guys, a cycle or a period within your life in 2017 is coming to a close and you're ready to welcome something new. This also, as I've said, represents great happiness, especially in terms of family. Now, family can be your blood family, it can be your work family, it can be your friendship family, but this card can represent that there's great happiness. The energy in your personal situation could be of great happiness in terms of your personal situation. What's this around? Well, there's a man showing here, the King of Wands. Male or female, usually King of Wands is a Leo energy, but for the purposes of a general reading, this is a fire sign individual, Aries, Sagittarius, Aries, Sagittarius, Leo, as I've mentioned. So there's an individual showing here. King of Wands is generally about having great confidence and having the confidence to take life by the horns and to make things happen. That's what the King of Wands does. He makes things happen. This individual is very kind of geared up and they are very passionate. So it could be that around this great happiness you guys are going to be experiencing within your personal situations, Cancerian, in the year 2017, it might be revolving around an individual here, the King of Wands. What about this individual? The High Priestess. That's interesting. Well, the High Priestess is an interesting card. It's one of the most difficult cards within the tarot to explain as well because she doesn't really do much. So this can mean either that you're going through a passive time, that you are intuitively or psychically connected to another individual potentially, but it can also mean that there is silence or that there is something that needs to be revealed. We'll see what the other card is. That's interesting. Well, if I were to read these as keywords, it could say King of Wands is silent because they hold back potentially. Four of Pentacles means to hold back. It can mean to be greedy, or it can mean to refuse to give anything of oneself. So it's interesting that your general energy is the Ten of Cups. And I think if these had been kind of slightly more it could mean stability as well. Four of Pentacles is financial stability. High Priestess is using your intuition. Okay, so it might be that if this isn't a person, you might feel confident enough to use your intuition to bring in financial stability. The High Priestess might be a particular career path that some of you guys are on. And if it's a career path, then it might be something to do with the spirituality. So maybe for some of you guys, Cancerians, and you're not the King of Wands, so this might be an energy. So you might be feeling confident enough in terms of your intuition or in terms of your deep beliefs, because the High Priestess can be a card about having a lot of very spiritual beliefs. So it might be confidence in spiritual beliefs brings financial security or stability. So we could probably read this two ways. If the Ten of Cups is, for me, definitely, a card of great happiness. It could seem for you, some of you guys in your personal situation. And the thing with the live spread, Cancerians, is you can match these cards up. You can match the areas up to any area. We did one for Aries, and it was amazing what came through with that reading, because it just seemed that a lot of the areas were matching up. So we could say that, and sometimes the Ten of Cups means to have a business from home, or you're working from home, or you're running a successful business from home. So if this isn't a person, it could say that maybe you have the confidence of your spiritual beliefs to generate capital or to generate money. This High Priestess might be something that you are doing in terms of a career path potentially. And maybe with the King of Wands, this is a card about the confidence to go for something. It's about feeling motivated and feeling exceptionally passionate. Remember, kings are in charge. So it could mean for some of you guys that you're in charge of your spiritual beliefs that bring, financial stability, or you're confident with it about your beliefs, or confident in your belief to bring in financial stability here. So for some of you guys, it could literally be that in your personal situation, the greatest happiness with that Ten of Cups, you'll experience great happiness if you're confident in what you believe in, or that if you're confident that what you believe in with the High Priestess energy will bring in financial stability. So some of you guys, this might literally be something where you're working from home or you're building a business from home, but it's about having the confidence and the self-belief. And I often find that the High Priestess is very much a card about self-belief, because she doesn't need to say much. She doesn't really need to shout from the rooftops what she's doing. This card is all about inner knowledge and inner knowing. So when you have inner knowledge and inner knowing, it's a real sense of self-belief, inner strength, um, inner knowledge, and that is priceless in terms of, especially if it's a business that you're involved in bringing in financial stability. So it could be that this card here, the Ten of Cups, is all about the greatest happiness and contentment being achieved in 2017 is through your confidence over your inner beliefs, or confidence um, that your inner beliefs will bring in financial stability. So there's definitely something to do with maybe a career path for some of you guys, possibly something that you're doing from home, something to do with the family as well. Maybe this energy is that the family is really happy because you have that strength of mind, which is what the King of Wands does have, and that strength of will and that passion. It could be also passion in regards to your inner beliefs brings financial stability. So it could be that your passion over what you believe in is bringing in financial security for the family, and maybe this is why everybody's kind of happy here. Could also say maybe that for some of you guys there is an ending of a cycle happening, because the Ten of Cups can also mean I'm saying goodbye. If you look at this card, you can see these people are waving goodbye, and sometimes it's not a family situation. Sometimes this card will come up when you're leaving a job, for example. Um, for some of you guys, you might be leaving a job here. Ten of Cups is saying goodbye to a family, or a family within a work environment. As you perhaps with this Knight of King of Wands. King of Wands can also mean to pursue. So as you pursue a spiritual path that leads to security, because the High Priestess for me can also mean a spiritual path that one is on. This is why she doesn't do much. She sits in her temple and she kind of muses over her beliefs and her inner spiritual knowledge until she feels at a point where she has gained all of the knowledge that she needs of the universe to move forward in a certain direction. So it can mean that you pursue a spiritual path that leads to financial stability. So for some of you guys with this Ten of Cups, it might be that you're leaving a particular job because you're in pursuit of a spiritual path that will lead to financial security. So you might be looking to again start your own thing and leave something else behind. For some of you guys, it might be a relationship potentially here with this Ten of Cups saying goodbye. It's not a bad thing though, but it could be around this that the King of Wands with that High Priestess maybe holds something back. Maybe this person isn't revealing a secret to you, and therefore with the Four of Pentacles, it could mean maybe there is stalemate within this relationship. So maybe for some of you guys, it might actually be to say goodbye to a relationship. And the Wheel of Fortune does show some changes. I do feel strongly though that this is more about the King of Wands, as I said, can be a fire energy individual. So this could be an individual in your personal life. With that High Priestess, there might be a bit of silence, or there's a bit of passiveness, or this person is not revealing something. The King of Wands does not reveal a secret and holds back, or does not reveal how he's feeling, how he or she is feeling, and therefore holds back. So the energy around this relationship here, maybe in the personal situation, is to say goodbye. See you later, that type of thing. So there might be an ending to a relationship. You might feel that you need to give up on a relationship because this person isn't very emotionally open. The High Priestess is not about being emotionally open. It's about, in a way, isolating oneself from that, or not talking, or not opening up. She doesn't open up. She's not a very open card. And this card doesn't reference somebody who's open anyway. This references somebody who's too selfish or too self-absorbed to open up to anything, and it references an individual is here. So it might be for some of you guys that there is a little bit of an ending to a relationship here because somebody is too finding it too difficult to open up. I feel that if it's a work thing though, which it looks like it could possibly be, and it looks like you're very passionate, perhaps in terms of a spiritual path with that High Priestess, or something that you're learning spiritually, because the High Priestess can also mean to learn. So it could be that underneath this Ten of Cups, the greatest happiness and most fulfillment that you're going to feel. And it's not a money thing either. It's not focused 100% on money, because the general energy isn't about money. It's about emotional fulfillment with that Ten of Cups. And underneath that, it could be somebody that King of Wands, a brother, a friend, a lover, whatever it is. The King of Wands has found his spiritual path, the High Priestess, that leads to financial security. So it could be somebody around you who literally in the year 2017 finds their way forward in terms of not only feeling emotional fulfillment, but also being able to earn money from it as well. If this is your energy, which it can be, we can represent anyone and anything in the tarot, then it is you who feels passionate about a spiritual path or something that you've learned spiritually with the High Priestess card that leads to financial security. It's not to say you'll earn big money in this, but it'll say that you'll be okay. You're going to be stable and secure enough. And this is what brings in the happiness here. And we can see the overall outcome is the Wheel of Fortune, Cancerians, which is great because it says that things are really looking up. You know, you're just going from strength to strength, I feel, with that card as an outcome. Great things are coming in, great changes. There is also the potential for great prosperity. This isn't a card of great prosperity, but it's a card of, you know, great prosperity doesn't just come in financial elements. It also comes in feeling quite happy within your own life and with yourself and with your family and that type of thing. And if you can, you know, feel financially secure, stable alongside that, it's even better. Doesn't mean that you're going to be absolutely rich, but it just means that things are really turning for the better here, I feel, for a lot of you guys, whether this is a relationship that you leave or whether it's that you're leaving a job so you can pursue your own happiness. And yeah, it looks really, really good. Let's have a look at what's going on in your careers, though. Well, the Nine of Wands says that for some of you guys, you either might be persevering. This is the general energy for your careers, Cancerians. For some of you guys, you might be persevering in terms of a career path because the Nine of Wands means to persevere. It means to hold your ground. It means to stay steadfast. Some of you guys might be trying to protect what you've built up here with that Nine of Wands as well, because the Nine of Wands means to defend and it means to protect. You can look at this person here and they're looking a little bit shifty. They don't want somebody coming in. They're standing guard. This is what the card often means. It means to stand guard, to protect something that you've already built up. So for some of you guys, you might be in protection mode. You might feel the need to defend something that you've really built up here because it means the world to you with this particular card. This can also mean the card of feeling quite cautious. So some of you guys might be feeling a little bit on edge or a little bit cautious around your careers in 2017. Let's have a look what comes underneath this. Well, there's a Queen of Cups showing here, and Cancerian, this is definitely you, because Queen of Cups represents a Cancerian individual. So you, Cancerians, you might be going through some form of a cleansing period, because the Queen of Cups often means to cleanse. She's a healer, she's a tarot reader, she's a doctor, she's a counsellor, and often when I see this card, she can represent Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, but she is actually you, because Cancer, Queen of Cups represents the zodiac sign of Cancer. So when you see her show up, this is a Cancerian individual. So this is you, Cancerians, that are showing here. And I feel that you're going through a time of some form of a deliberation here with this. For some of you guys, you might be looking at a creative path in terms of work related ideas. When you look at the Queen of Cups, this person can work within writing. She can work as a script writer. She can work in fashion. She can work as an interior designer. She can work as a painter. She can be, as I said, a tarot reader, a counsellor, a health work within the health sector. She can work with people. She's very, very good at this is also the card of intuition. So Queen of Cups often represents working very strongly on your intuition. This can represent somebody who works with children and also with animals. So we know that you're showing here. What is it about you? Queen of Cups is faithful. So it could be that Queen of Cups, you, are either making plans for the future. The Knight of Pentacles often references, and Knights we can read as people, but we're reading this as an action here because Knights often represent the actions that we take. So it could be that Queen of Cups is making slow but steady progress or is making long-term plans. Knight of Pentacles often represents long-term plans that we're making in terms of business and career for success. So I feel that you guys, Queen of Cups, are going to be making long-term plans for success with that Three of Cups, because Three of Cups represents a successful outcome. So I'm seeing that you're holding your own here. This isn't about being cautious. This isn't even about being anxious. Remember, with the tarot, cards change according to whatever cards are around them. So if I were to have seen here a load of very kind of backstabby cards, people that you didn't like, people that you were cautious around, the Moon, the Ten of Swords, the Seven of Swords, all of those nasty cards that you can get sometimes. Seven of Swords can be good in career when you're strategizing, but it's not so good when you've got somebody who's sneaky around you. So we don't have any of those cards. I'd have read that as being cautious. But because we've got such beautiful cards here, we can read this as that you are protecting your interests here. You're defending something that you believe in, and through that protection and that defense of what it is that you've already built up in terms of your careers, Cancerians, I don't see any changes in terms of career here. I've seen it quite a few of the other readings that I've done for the other zodiac signs, but for you guys, I don't see necessarily a change in terms of career. What I'm seeing is, and this is you, Queen of Cups. Queen of Cups is making long-term plans for success. All right, so some of you guys might be looking to get promoted, for example. So you'll have an action plan here that you'll be working towards. If you're in a job in 2017, Cancerians, what I'm seeing here is that you're going to be making long-term plans in how or on how you can further your careers where you are. If you're out of a job, then you're going to be making long-term plans of how you actually get out of that situation. An excellent, excellent small overview for 2017. Obviously, when you order a reading like this from my website, they're actually obviously a lot longer. They're over 5,000 words, okay, for 2017. So it's a longer, more in-depth reading. But because it's for a general reading and we have, time constraints on this for the channel, it's smaller. But we can see that you're defending something here, the Nine of Wands, but it's in a good way. The Nine of Wands is a beautiful card, especially if you get something really good like the Three of Cups that comes after it, because it says that whatever it is that you're defending and you're holding out for and you're staying in there, you're not giving up on, is going to lead to success. And we can see that here for sure. This card here says that you're defending and you're protecting your career. All right? You might have been through the wars. For some of you guys, it might be that you have been in a job for a long time and you've not had that promotion. It might be for some of you guys, you run a business and it's been not generating as much money as you would have liked, potentially, with this card. Because you can see he's got a band-aid on his head. So this person has been in the wars, but it doesn't deter him. It makes him even more eager and more motivated to succeed. So this is the card about feeling motivated enough to succeed. Even though you might have been through the wars, through a difficult time, through some real tests, because the Nine of Wands can also mean I've gone through a test and I'm still standing in there. This person's been tested many times, and so I feel in your careers, the general energy is that you have been tested, or that you are being tested in terms of your careers in 2017. However, you, Queen of Cups, are devising a long-term plan that will lead to real joy and real success within your careers. Okay? If for some of you guys you're in a job and you don't like it, it doesn't show that you don't like it, but then we can't ignore the other side of the Nine of Wands, which is you're being cautious, you're being on your guard. And this person can be on their guard when you get a Nine of Wands. So if you have been through the wars, which this card can indicate, obviously, especially in a job as well, if you're a little bit anxious about your job, for example, if you've heard for some of you guys, you might hear that there's going to be job cuts within your work in 2017, which is why this person's being cautious. They're trying to hold on to something quite fervently. They don't know how long they can hold on to something for, but they're holding on in there. So some of you guys might be tested in your job. It could be through other people. It could be through that there's been a load of layoffs, that type of thing. Therefore, the cards become the same thing. You'll be making plans. You, Queen of Cups, will be making long-term plans for the Three of Cups for success, because you're not giving up. Some of you guys will be tested in your roles. Could be via other people, and it could be via just the company structure, but you're still going to hold on in there, and that's the beauty of this reading. It's really, really nice. Beautiful reading. Either for some of you guys, it's promotions that you're looking at, and for some of you guys, it's going to be that you'll want to do something different, but you don't give up with these cards. None of these cards reference giving up, and that's beautiful. Let's have a look at what the overall outcome is for your careers in 2017. Brilliant, the Lovers. So there will be, for some of you guys, big choices to make, because the Lovers can mean choice. But it can also mean that there should be successful alliances that happen, because the Lovers card is about an alliance. It's about a successful relationship. It's about a partnership. It's also about doing something that you love as well, because the Lovers means to be in love. So this is the outcome for your career. For some of you guys, especially if you are being tested and you are making plans, Queen of Cups makes long-term plans for success with the Three of Cups. It can be that, yes, you have a choice to make in terms of where you have to go or what you have to do in terms of your career, Cancerians, with that Lovers card. For some of you guys, Queen of Cups makes long-term plans for success, because you're holding out there. You've been in a job for a long time. You've been going through this different interview for a promotion, that different interview for a promotion. You've been through many tests with this Nine of Wands. You're still holding on out there. So for some of you guys, it's going to be needing to revise how you do your resume, or needing to revise what you're writing down, or your interview techniques, or that type of thing. But the outcome is the Lovers. And when you get this card, because on the Witch's Tower, it shows two people who are together rather than apart than it is on the Rider-Waite. It shows a true coming together of two souls. So I see some real compatibility happening here in terms of career. I'm seeing real alignment. I'm seeing successful partnerships happening for you guys in the overall outcome. Successful agreements. The Lovers can also mean agreement. It's like the Two of Cups, especially on this card. So it's very successful agreements coming to you guys in the year 2017 in terms of your career. So it's really, really good in terms of your career. Let's have a look at what's happening in terms of your love life. Well, the Five of Swords in the reverse. And, you know, the Five of Swords is an interesting card, and it's in the reverse. I don't usually deal in reversals, to be perfectly honest with you, because it's just not something that I do. But I know that the Five of Swords upright means challenges, but I feel that you're overcoming some form of a challenge when you get the Five of Swords in the reverse. You know, it just depends on how you read a reversal, really. The Five of Swords in the reverse for me means that there is kind of like a dissipation of some form of difficulty that's been going on. You know, this card, when it's in the reverse for me, is often about it's time to, what's the word? You know, it can mean to try and reconcile. So for some of you guys, in terms of your love lives, you might have been greatly hurt in 2016. You might get greatly hurt in 2017. But it's telling you not to dwell on past hurts, but it's telling you to think of a way of how you can overcome somebody who has perhaps been playing mind games with you, or somebody who has rendered you powerless, because the Five of Swords upright means to be rendered powerless, and it can mean struggles within a relationship. But when it's in the reverse, this is about, okay, you've been through that, and now what you actually need to do is you need to forgive and forget. So for some of you guys, it will be a time in 2017 regarding your love lives of forgiving and forgetting somebody who's hurt you, or somebody who has, you know, shown some very big ill will towards you. And let's have a look what's underneath this card. Well, the Fool, which is brilliant, because the Fool says, you know, there are potentially new opportunities for love that might be coming in for you, Cancerians. Also, the Fool can mean to start all over again, to go in for a second run. Sometimes this is the card of being foolish, to go back to something that you've been at before, to, you know, take another risk on it. So it might be for some of you guys that with this Five of Swords in the reverse, it's letting bygones be bygones, possibly reconciliations, in which for some of you guys, you might be looking to go in for a second try on a situation here. For some of you guys, it will mean, you know, that because you're being able to put the past to the past, to not focus on the hurt that you've endured perhaps in a relationship, but to move on from that. It might mean that this sets you free, and you're ready now to pursue new relationships coming in, Cancerians, in the year 2017. Let's have a look at the other card. Well, the Page of Pentacles in the reverse. And the Page of Pentacles in the reverse can mean somebody who's not responsible, or somebody who's somebody who is quite immature, or is not looking at something in terms of, you know, a realistic way, or somebody who is not, you know, I feel that this is a very immature energy when that Page of Pentacles is in the reverse. This card can also mean failure in terms of disappointing news, or seeing the cup as being half empty rather than half full. We're going to have a look at the other card. That's an interesting card to get for the reverse, for the love section. And the Three of Pentacles. So the Three of Pentacles in terms of love is about meetings, and it can be in love triangles. It can also mean where we are watching, or we've got somebody on a pedestal, or we're showing interest. It can also mean developments within a relationship, but there are really kind of mix of cards. I mean, let's try and work this one out here. We've got the Fool underneath. So we can see here the Five of Swords means to put the past to the past, let bygones be bygones. Uh, Reconciliations perhaps with this Five of Swords in the reverse. It's about taking back your power in a way and not letting other people kind of suppress or make you feel less than what you are with this Five of Swords in the reverse in terms of love. So we see that that is the general energy some of you guys are going to be feeling. But what is it around this general energy? This can also be collaboration as well. So people are coming together, there's a meeting of minds. So I feel that there is really kind of some form of a meeting here, or some form of this often represents a successful agreement. Three of Pentacles is often represents an agreement, so it might be that there's an agreement here. But the Fool says that there's a new opportunity. Possibly there's a new opportunity after disappointing news for an agreement, a renewed agreement, potentially. I feel that this has been a failed thing. So it could be that there is a new opportunity to fall after some disappointing news, or over an immature person, maybe with that Page of Pentacles, for an agreement with the Three of Pentacles. Okay, because the Three of Pentacles is an agreement. This can be an immature individual. Could be, if this is a person that you're dealing with, Cancerians, maybe this person is an earth sign individual, Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo individual. So it could be you might take a risk on an immature person that leads to an agreement, Three of Pentacles, or that leads to a date. Because I can see a date. Sometimes we don't just look at the keywords, but we look at the pictures. The Three of Pentacles can be two people who are going out for dinner, or they're going on a date, or they're going to the cinema and they're getting their tickets from this ticket vendor person here. Or, you know, they're going out for dinner and this person is showing them to their table. So it could be that you take a risk on an immature individual, possibly go out on a date, or you take a risk. You go in for another chat. You know, it looks to me there's some reconciliations going on here. All right, and it looks like you might be taking an opportunity after failed or after disappointing news from a particular person to meet up potentially with the Three of Pentacles. It looks like there's reconciliation going on here. I would be very careful though with this individual. I don't know why I get that, because we've got this page in the reverse, especially if this references the person. Could potentially be a bit younger than you, Cancerians, this person, but there might be a reconciliation with a younger person. That younger person might be an earth sign, and be very, very careful, because if they're in the reverse, they're still not particularly responsible as an individual. All right, and the Fool card can mean to make to take a foolish step, or to do something silly, or to go back to do something that you were doing before that you shouldn't be doing. Okay, with this Fool card. Sometimes this is the card of recklessness, is the Fool card, and so is the Page of Pentacles in the reverse. Often it means failure, usually in its general meaning with that Page of Pentacles. It's failure over an exam, or failure, bad news financially, or it's almost like you're taking a risk on a failed scheme that leads to a meeting or something like that. There is a meeting here with somebody, I feel, that may have let you guys down. Maybe in 2016, or it could be that somebody comes in. I don't feel, if it's a marriage or a long-term relationship, it would need to be that this person perhaps let you down, because the Five of Swords is in the reverse, and it's almost like for you guys, the energy in your love life is trying to kind of some form of a reconciliation. It might be this person that wants a reconciliation, but the Five of Swords is often where somebody has done us wrong, or somebody has taken advantage of a situation. So it might be that somebody did take advantage, and it might be with this Five of Swords that there needs to be some form of a repair with a relationship here, a reconciliation. And around that, underneath that, it says the Fool, or you take a risk, or you go in a second time with this Fool card. Perhaps an immature person with that Page of Pentacles for a meeting with the Three of Pentacles, or an agreement. There's something like that going on with these cards. I feel there's a reconciliation going on here with somebody here who perhaps let you down either in 2016 or they're going to let you down in 2017, but you'll still go on in there. I feel with this person. I don't like this Page of Pentacles being in the reverse. I really don't like that. And the fact that this is in the reverse as well. I feel that this person, if this represents a person, Cancer, I feel that they're still immature here. But I feel that the Five of Swords could either mean that they want a reconciliation. It could be that they are going through hard times financially. Maybe that's why they want the reconciliation. Okay. It could be that they take a risk because they've had bad financial news. And they want a meeting, or they want you to agree to something financially. There might be a financial element as well from someone who wants something from you maybe in the year 2017. I wouldn't necessarily trust this individual. I don't feel it's a marriage or anything like that, but I feel it's somebody that some of you guys have been involved in already. I'm definitely seeing some form of a reconciliation with someone. I don't feel it's somebody new. I feel if it's somebody new that comes in, they could hurt you and then come back. I feel that you'll let them in as well, judging by this card here. So I would be careful perhaps of that energy with this particular type of person. Let's have a look at where your love life is heading. Well, Karma is not a bad card because it says that there is rebirth. So it looks like there might be, and also the Karma card represents second chances. So it looks like the overall outcome is giving somebody a second chance. And I do, this is what I said at the beginning of the reading. I found it was a reconciliation thing going on here. It looks to me like you give somebody a second chance. And this is really an open-ended card. Because Karma represents judgment in the Rider-Waite. So there is a second chance on a relationship here. I don't feel that you are freeing yourself from a relationship. I feel that you're giving somebody a second chance in a relationship, because the Five of Swords is the general energy in the reverse, and it's saying let bygones be bygones, talk about things, reconcile, try and kind of reach some form of agreement, and we see an agreement being reached here. And the Fool card can mean I'm taking a risk, another risk. I'm going in on something I've been on before, which is why often this can be seen as the Fool. Because you're still going for something that you've possibly been burnt from before, but you're still willing to take that risk. And it could be on a page of an immature individual, the Page of Pentacles in the reverse. Somebody who could have manhandled your money, for example, or somebody who could have not been very serious. They're not taking the relationship seriously. And it results in a meeting. So it could be perhaps taking a risk on a failed project, for example. In other words, a relationship you're working on results in a meeting or an agreement here with the Three of Pentacles, which would, if this is a failure, then if you look at this in terms of money, this would be the failure card in terms of finances. Could be losing money or bad news about money, but you're reaching a form of an agreement with your creditor or something like that. Okay? So there could be something around love and money within this card. Maybe somebody's let you down because they've taken your money and they've not paid you back. A lover, that type of thing. But you're reaching an agreement over this sort of thing. And I feel that some of you guys are reaching an agreement over a relationship where somebody has let you down. And we can see that the overall outcome is a second chance is given with the Karma card. Let's have a look at your home lives. Oh, well, there's a king here. So there's a person showing up here that is the overall energy in terms of your home lives. So King of Pentacles is a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. It might be the same person as that, but the King of Pentacles is usually an fine upstanding individual. This isn't somebody who's immature. This is somebody who's very mature. So there's showing male or female, possibly an earth sign around you. Your home life in the year 2017. What is it around this? Well, the Six of Swords can be changing your mind, or it can be moving on. I feel that there's an ending with someone here showing up. Cancerians for some of you guys, because we've got the Six of Swords and Death. So I feel that moving on creates a transformation in your home life. And happiness with the Nine of Cups, sorry. I feel that the energy around your home life is an individual. So it could be that you meet this individual, for example, because they are showing the energy in 2017 of the King of Pentacles. I feel that there might be somebody who's coming in here. But it's interesting in your love life how some of you guys are giving somebody a second chance here, because it's leading to second chances with the Karma card. But in your home life, for some of you, it's showing a king. And the energies that are coming up is moving on. Six of Swords creates a transformation. Death card means an ending, which gives happiness and contentment with the Nine of Cups. So it could be for some of you guys you are moving on from someone, because the energy is off a King of Cups in your home life, and we can see underneath this King of Cups, the life spread is often like a pyramid spread. You'll get a card like the High Priestess, like this. If this was at the top, you'd be like, okay, there's a secret. What is it about the secret? This, and this. Tell you what it is about the secret. So it's telling us what it is regarding this King of Cups. And we know under King of Pentacles, as the general energy. I'm pretty sure this is a person around you in 2017. But it says that the energies underneath this King of Pentacles are that there has been some moving on. Six of Swords pretty much means to move on from a difficult situation, which creates death or an ending and leads to happiness with that Nine of Cups. I'm just going to take a moment to look at these cards again. For some of you guys, it might be somebody coming to see you, perhaps. Maybe this is somebody that you meet. Could be a travel card, so you're traveling somewhere. This trip will lead to a major transformation in your happiness with the Nine of Cups. For some of you guys, you might be meeting someone if we wanted to read it that way. For some of you guys, it might be that you're moving on from someone. So moving on leads to an ending and happiness, or bring an ending that brings in happiness and contentment. So for some of you guys, it could be that you're meeting someone when you go away and it leads to a major transformation in terms of your happiness. For some of you guys, it might be that you're moving on from this particular person. Creates an ending that leads to contentment, joy and happiness with the Nine of Cups. Okay? But also be aware as well, for some of you guys, Nine of Cups can mean drink. It can mean that you're drinking too much. All right, so for some of you guys, it might be that there is a person around you, King of Pentacles, but in your home life, because you're moving on from this person, you might be distancing yourself from this person, the Six of Swords. It ends in death, an ending of the relationship, which can result in the Nine of Cups. Some of you guys drown yourself in drink, that type of thing. But this usually is great happiness. So I feel that some of you guys will be feeling a little bit of relief from the ending of a relationship with a particular person within your home life. For some of you guys, it might be meeting somebody new potentially, if we wanted to read the cards that way. And for some of you guys, it might be that the ending of a relationship results in you kind of going hell for leather in terms of partying or drinking or that type of thing. Let's have a look at the overall outcome for your home lives, Cancerians. The Emperor. That's interesting. Some of you guys might be looking to take back control. If the King of Pentacles here is the Emperor, so if this is somebody that you meet that creates a huge transformation within your life and brings great joy with the Nine of Cups, it could mean that you've met a very solid, very stable, very secure, very grounded, very responsible individual who brings great happiness within your life. Your love life, if this doesn't really correspond to this, very different energy, especially if it's somebody that you meet here that's able to bring you great joy, and we can see the Emperor is the outcome here. You know, in your love lives, it might be simply that there is forgiveness in terms of a situation here, and therefore there is an agreement here that gives somebody a second chance. It doesn't mean that you go fully force for the relationship. It can just mean that you let bygones be bygones with a particular person, especially if they've done something with your money. Let's have a look at what the future cards are saying to you, Cancerians. So it's ruled by heartbreak, Three of Swords in the future for you guys. It's a really different mix, actually. So we've got the Three of Swords. Three of Swords can mean three people. It can mean three ideas. It can mean heartbreak. It can mean separation is coming up in your future in 2017. Cancerians. What's underneath this Three of Swords? Well, there's a big change. We've got the Wheel of Fortune. What does this lead to? Wow. Well, that's good. It looks like there's going to be some heartache here, but there is a big change that leads to healing, the Star. Two healing cards side by side, the Star, hope and healing. I feel that this is saying with the Wheel of Fortune that there will be some fortunate events that will lead to hope and healing. And both cards, Star and Four of Swords, are both about healing and rest and respite. So it could be a big change will lead to healing and respite with the Four of Swords. We know that there's going to be some heartbreak here for some of you guys, but a big change is going to lead to hope and healing, or healing and respite for you. Okay, so these are a magnificent set of cards in the future position to show up, because even though you're going to have some heartbreak here, we can see that things will turn out exceptionally well. You've got two majors, Wheel of Fortune and Star. You can't get better cards side by side than those. Wheel of Fortune is fortunate changes will lead to healing and respite with that Four of Swords. You will overcome this. This is brilliant. You're going to overcome this, especially if it's in conjunction with the King of Swords and the home life energy here, where some of you guys might be moving on. Six of Swords. That leads to an ending. The Death card. And that finishes with the greatest happiness, or feeling really happy with these cards. So for some of you guys in your home life, you might be moving on from a particular person, and that's why the future is saying, well, maybe there's going to be heartbreak here, but there's going to be some magnificent changes after a certain period of time with these cards here. And also that Five of Swords in the reverse. We can't say that you get back necessarily together with this individual in terms of your love life, but there is some forgiveness that is occurring here. Because we've got the card of agreement here after something that has failed with that Page of Pentacles here. The Fool card can mean I take the opportunity, or I take a risk on an immature person, maybe around some form of agreement. So taking a risk on an immature person to forge some form of an agreement with the Three of Pentacles here. Okay, and here we can see karma. And karma can also mean that a weight is lifted off your shoulders. There's rebirth here for you guys. So for some of you guys, you might give somebody a second chance, but also it could be that there's rebirth, that kind of forgiving and forgetting with this Five of Swords means that there is rebirth in the long run. Huge weight lifted off your shoulder. Renewal in terms of how you feel in terms of this relationship. These might be strongly connected maybe. And that's why the future is showing that some great changes are occurring here. And what's the overall outcome for your future? Well, the Devil. The Devil card as the overall outcome is not great, because what it says is that there is the temptation to go back there again. But it can also mean, which is good, actually, thinking about it this way. I don't think that there is temptation, because these are showing some very, very good cards. The overall outcome for me with this Devil, if you look at these people here, what are they doing? Can you see the Devil that sits here? They're shielding themselves from the Devil. They're hiding from it because they don't want it to influence their lives. So they're trying on the Witch's Tarot. These people are actually trying to get themselves away from this Devil here. They don't want to be a part of it or its plan. So I feel that you guys will be doing everything that you can to deter yourself from going back to a heartbreaking situation. The Devil is represented, and the Devil can be represented by this King of Pentacles, especially if it's a Capricorn individual, and also this Page of Pentacles as well. So I feel that the overall outcome for your future is you will deter. You will stay away. You will resist. These people are resisting the Devil. So they're resisting the temptation to go back to a situation that was less than satisfactory. Let's have a look at what your overall wishes are for the year 2017, Cancerians. Well, the Magician. I feel the Magician says that you want to take the initiative in a particular area of your life. The Magician means to take the initiative. It means to start creating something of abundance, of greatness, to start creating a wonderful reality for yourself. I feel that you're really going to feel geared up to do that. And this reading looks so up and down, but we've got some beautiful areas. We can say that your wish with the Magician card in terms of your career. Well, we can see that you're determined to achieve something here with this Nine of Pentacles. And you, Cancerians, Queen of Cups, that's you. You will be making long-term plans towards achievement and success with the Three of Cups. So here we can see that your wish is to start creating something of, grandiosity and greatness with the Magician. Also, I feel that maybe in the future tense, your wish is to put the past behind you, to move forward and to have absolute healing over a situation that occurs. Possibly it's occurred in 2016 or it will occur in 2017, but your wish will be to start over again, to have the confidence and the brilliance and the real kind of ambition and optimism to start creating something of wonderment for yourself here. And also, it could be in line with the love reading, especially if this is simply just about forgiving and forgetting in terms of love. And also, the Magician, your wishes in your home life, especially if this is moving on from some person. You can see the Nine of Cups is the outcome here. Great happiness. If it's not drink, hopefully it's not. It's great happiness and contentment is achieved. And that's because your wish is to start creating something new and quite wonderful in 2017 for yourselves. Let's have a look at what the overall outcome is. Well, death. Yeah, there's some. Everything is heading towards huge transformations coming in 2017. Cancerians, huge transformations. When you get death, you can't get a bigger card than that. Really, when it comes to ending of cycles and beginning of new ones. So the overall outcome is death. There are major changes, I feel, happening in all areas, or practically all areas of this reading. Okay, we can see right from here the personal situation. Okay, for some of you guys, it's going to be leaving a job behind, perhaps. Ten of Cups means to say goodbye, because I feel that you are in pursuit of a spiritual path that will lead to financial security. All right, with this King of Wands, High Priestess, Four of Pentacles. For some of you guys, it will be a person. This person here is possibly a little bit held back, or does not reveal how they feel because they are too held back, or this person is quite passive because maybe that they are possessive with the Four of Pentacles, and that's why there needs to be a change here. So death can also correlate to this one here. We can see here that you're standing your ground because Queen of Cups is making long-term plans for great happiness and great achievement, great accomplishment with the Three of Cups. So we're looking for changes here, and also changes in terms of your love life, that the overall energy is putting the past to the past, letting bygones be got by bygones, reconciliation, forgiveness, even with that Five of Swords in the reverse, in which you take a risk, maybe on an immature person, Page of Pentacles, or somebody who is immature or silly with money, to reach some form of an agreement with the Three of Pentacles. So this could not just be love, but it might be that somebody's done something with your money, or somebody's done something to you, and you need to forgive and forget in order to move on. And that moving on might be through karma as the overall outcome there. You achieve the weight of the world being lifted off your shoulders here, in terms of something that might be, because they always say that forgiveness is good for the soul. It means that you don't hold on to stuff. Okay, so it's a really lovely reading. Let's have a look at what your advice card is, Cancerians. Well, the moon, and that's interesting. Moon is usually Pisces card. It can be Cancerians, though, because some people read this as being like a crab or something like that. The moon card is about anxiety, and it can be about your dreams, but a lot of readers read this as, you've got some very intense dreams going on. It might be that you've got, but how can we advise, what advice can we give through the moon? Well, the moon is the negative copy of the sun card, okay? So this to me says that you need to kind of be in full view of all the facts within your life going forward. And it also, for me, as the advice card, means not to give into depression, not to give into times where you might feel under the weather or anxious within 2017, but to keep on going, because things are actually looking really good for you. Really good. It's interesting that that should show up as an advice card. But I really feel that this is kind of saying that, it's very easy to give in to our fears with the moon card, but really this is telling you not to give in to your fears. It would be very easy, with this being the general energy in your future area, Three of Swords, is to give in to that. But we see the Wheel of Fortune saying some major changes are coming in that will bring hope and healing with the Star and that Three of Swords. So things are actually looking really up for you in 2017. Here as well, you could easily give in to this moon with that Nine of Wands, because sometimes the Nine of Wands means that you've been waiting ages for something to happen, a long time. But the Queen of Cups is determined to make long-term plans with that Knight of Pentacles towards happiness and real accomplishment and success with the Three of Cups. So really, this is saying don't give in to your fears. Don't give in to your doubts. Don't give in to your insecurities as the advice card. But rise above that. You've got to keep on going. You know, I just watched a documentary on Bruce Lee, um, on a program called Too Young to Die, and he never gave up. He died very young, but he never ever gave up. When even when the odds were against him, he never gave up. And this is really what the card is saying: don't give up, even if the odds are against you, even if you feel at your lowest, if you feel, you know, at your most kind of suppressed or whatever it is, or oppressed. Never ever give up, because after the moon comes the sun, after the night comes the daytime. Okay, this is just the negative copy. This is just where somebody's seeing something in one way, but they're not seeing the full view because the sun is not out yet. So it means don't give up, really, for me as an advice card. Don't give in to your fears and your insecurities. Keep on going through 2017, because you're really going to get there, and it's an absolutely fantastic reading, one of the best that I've seen so far. So just keep on going with that. All right, that is your reading, Cancerian, for the year 2017. I would like to say thank you very, very much for choosing Carol's Universe for your year ahead reading. And also, just looking at this moon card here, if there's somebody that you meet that brings great joy, you know, the advice might be the moon. Maybe they've got something to hide. I mean, we've got the Nine of Cups that says a wish is fulfilled, and that's a great card to get. It is. It really, really is. But also, it means, you know, for me with the moon card, just be careful of, because all might not be as it seems, especially maybe in certain areas. It could be if there's somebody else, somebody that comes in this King of Cups here. Nine of Cups is a great card to get, but it doesn't show me a Two of Cups. Do you see what I mean? It doesn't show me cards that represent stability and security within relationships. Nine of Cups is no promise of any stability or security. So it can also mean for me, with the advice card being the moon, just be careful, especially around as well your love life. If you're looking to forgive someone, it's good to forgive and forget, yes, but if somebody's taking the piss, Page of Pentacles in the reverse can be immature. With the moon card being the advice card, it might say, you know, look before you leap, or just be a little bit cautious or a little bit careful around certain areas as well within your life. All right, that's your reading, my darlings, for 2017. Thank you for your time, and I'll see you on your January reading soon. Take care.